Welcome all my friends to my channel Animals and Nature Zone. We hope you are well and healthy. Friends, this world is full of strange stories. Today we have brought such a strange story for all of you, it will be difficult to believe even after listening to it. Dancing plague. Was there any disease in which people fell dead to death while dancing? Dancing plague was a dance that was started by a woman and then people started joining it. People did not stop themselves while dancing with joy until they died. He was so lost in dancing that there was not even a feeling of death. This may sound like a legend, but it was a true event in Strasbourg. The amazing thing is that its mystery is still unresolved. Since, due to this dancing plague, nearly 400 people were put to death, so it becomes interesting to know the aspects related to it. What was the dancing plague? There is no correct date recorded for the start and end of this event in history. Nevertheless, it is believed that this incident took place in 1518 in Strasbourg, Europe. According to the incident, one day suddenly, the ordinary woman living in Strasbourg, Frau Trophy, came out of her house dancing in the courtyard. No melody of music was playing nearby, but the Frau Trophy was engrossed in its own tune. He didn't even know where he was. She came out on the street dancing out of the courtyard. The gathering of those who saw him started accumulating. Someone called him crazy, then someone thought that he had a seizure. Some people were laughing even after seeing him. However, the Frau Trophy was just dancing, oblivious to all these things. His steps were not ready to stop. She was dancing and touching every side of the road and people were scared and looking back. There was neither happiness nor sorrow on his face while dancing. She was just dancing without any emotion. Hours passed, but his dancing did not stop. The surprise limit of the people was exceeded when the people around him also started dancing. Neighbors and family members of the Frau Trophy also gradually joined the dance. Then on scene, about 34 people started dancing on the road. None of them was ready to stop. The interesting thing was that these people did not need any music to dance. Nor were they dancing in the same rhythm. None of them looked happy. There was no expression on his face. They were just going to dance. After seeing them for a while, people stopped and then everything became normal. From morning to night came, but the dance did not stop. Neither of them drank nor ate any water. People were asking them to stop, but it seemed that no one was able to hear anything. Day after night passed and then the next day and night began to pass. Then some people fell on the ground due to fatigue. Their colleagues still did not consider it necessary to stop. Falling people died gasping. About 15 people died one by one, yet the dance did not stop. Now the administration's concern started increasing. They set fire to that place to stop dancing. Despite this, there was no effect on those who danced. Meanwhile, similar incidents of life started coming from other parts of Europe. Most people associated it with ghosts and tantra law, while many people described it as an epidemic. All the efforts of the administration failed. People kept dancing and dying. Some died of fatigue and some died of heart attacks, some died due to weakness. Then one morning, roads were deserted. No one was dancing anywhere. This spectacle has stopped everywhere. It was a kind of plague in the eyes of the administration, which killed about 400 people. Historians have named it the dancing plague. Nobody knows by now what mystery the dancing plague started, and how it ended. After the incident, there was a lot of effort to find the Frau trophy, but no clue was found about it. The dancing plague started suddenly and ended with a mystery. During this incident, where the doctors were looking at it by psychology. At the same time, some people called it the effect of Tantra sadhana. Between different opinions, it was said that there was a dark age in Europe from 200 to 500 BC. That is, people believed in miracles, demonic forces. With the onset of the Middle Ages, these perceptions had a weakness, but it did not end completely. In the 14th and 15th centuries, there were many such incidents in Europe where women were thrown alive, considering them witch. At that time, the king's cruel behavior towards the public also became the reason for such incidents. When the incident of dancing plague took place, it was estimated that people were possessed by a witch or ghost, who is slowly killing them. Historian John Weller wrote this book in detail in his book, A Time to Dance, A Time to Die, The Extraordinary Story of the Dancing Plague of 1518. There was no significant progress in the field of psychology in the 15th century. In such a situation, the opinion of the people is that any mental state in which a person does not behave like a common man, then he is in the grip of the ghost. They used to take him to tantric and ojha. Due to the lack of explanation of mental illnesses, such views became prevalent. In 1952, Eugene Bachman mentioned in his book, Religious Dance in the Christian Church and Popular Medicine, that Christianity had a practice of dancing in piety. Those who dance only for God without any emotion, so that God will be pleased to see them. He has categorically denied the dancing plague as an epidemic. They say that people had found a way to get rid of worldly life through dance. However, it is not entirely clear whether they were doing this as planned, or inspired by each other and joined the dance. Was the effect of the epidemic really moving aside from religion? Some doctors and historians have considered the dancing plague to be an epidemic. However, they too have seen it linked to mental illness. Professor Timothy Jones of Vanderbilt Medical College has given the theory behind the sudden change in weather in the countries of Europe and France during the 14th to 16th centuries. Many times the crops would have been destroyed due to the intense heat and drought, and sometimes with heavy rains, hail would fall. The outbreak of every season was making the land here barren. Also, many types of diseases like cataract, syphilis, leprosy were also spreading among the people. This weakness, coming financially and physically, had a profound impact on the mood of the people. The number of those who died due to famine was increasing and sick people were getting crippled. During 1518, the incidence of dancing plague in Europe had increased sevenfold. The truth cannot be erased between religious and scientific arguments that the death of dancing people was the most unique event in nature. We hope you like this information. Thank you very much for giving all of your valuable time. Stay at home, be safe. Thank you very much for watching my video. Subscribe, like and share to my channel. Take care friends.